Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neal, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where lack of seriousness meets a little bit of knowledge. My name's Jeff. I will be kicking things off today, but I'm not your host. Joining the studio with me, I've got Neal, Matt, and Ken. How you guys doing?
We're great.
What's up?
I was speaking for everyone when I said we're great.
No,
But
we are great though.
yeah.
I think we're skipping across the fields of lilies and tulips, and right before this recording.
Yeah. I had a big breakfast, so I'm a little tired, lethargic.
What did you eat? You said it was some confetti pancakes.
There was confetti. Well, it's regular pancakes, but the confetti falls from the ceiling when you order.
It's regular pancakes with
sprinkles?
hunks of plastic in it.
Is it like Salt Bay but Confetti Bay?
Yeah. The confetti.
I'm so sick of seeing that guy.
I know, and he keeps getting restaurants, and I hear his meat is terrible.
So stupid.
Yeah.
Everything he does is stupid.
Speaking of restaurants,
Sorry.
Neal, you had an interesting experience last night.
Yeah, I went to a restaurant that changed their serving method where you have the QR code.
Now they don't serve you.
They don't serve you. So you get the QR code, which a lot of
New
places
method.
did for the pandemic. But this place, when you order, you pay on your phone, and then someone will bring the food out to you. So there really isn't a server except for a person who gives you water and whatnot. And then they bring out your food or drinks. And we got some water when we first got there. But when we ordered our food, we had no water for the entire hour and a half that we were there.
A
And
disaster.
so we said, hey, can we have some more water? And like, yeah, we'll be right there. Never came. Our waiter, our guy who's bringing out our food,
Food runner.
Food
runner.
Food runner.
He sat at the bar and was drinking his own beer, not tending tables. And then I was like, I'm just going to order water from the app. So I had to put in my credit card, ordered 3 waters.
Which were all $0.
Which
but
were all
you had to put in your
$0.
credit card
You had
anyways.
to tip 15% on $0.
I had to tip,
They thought it was a
which
trick,
is
but it's
zero.
not. Yeah.
which is 0. So I ordered it. And then about 10 minutes later, the runner came out with all our water and it was looking a little confused and then gave it to the table next to us. So we asked for more water, never came.
Yeah. Well, you already had 3 waters.
Yeah, right. We had 3 empty glasses. And then at the end, my friend wanted to order a cannoli. And they said, well, the kitchen closes in 5 minutes, but you'll get your cannoli. Do you want a regular one or a Nutella? He goes, well, I don't really like Nutella. I just want a regular one. All right, great. Make sure you put in the order on the app. It'll come out. He ordered it. 20 minutes go by. Didn't come out. We look over by the bartender, and the bartender's eating a cannoli. And we're like, I think that's your cannoli. And he said, well, let me ask. And he said, hey, I just ordered cannoli. Hasn't come out yet. All right, we'll bring it out. We're sorry. And then all of a sudden it comes out, and the chef goes, we're all out of regular cannolis, but hopefully you're okay with the Nutella cannoli. And he felt so bad. He took it, and he ate it. So the bartender ate his cannoli,
Did
too.
he offer to regurgitate it and provide it to
He
him?
regurgitated it in my mouth.
Feed him like a
Okay.
baby bird.
Like a baby bird.
Yeah, because I said I don't like Nutella by itself, but if it's chewed up in someone's mouth, I'll take it.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, so there you go. So enjoy your Nutella, everyone.
Let's get to the
Today's sponsor,
show.
Nutella.
Your regurgitated Nutella, the only way. So yeah, let's get to our guest here, Jeff.
Yeah, let's move away from that.
I don't even know how to segue, but...
Well, it's the Battle of the Carolinas today.
It is the Battle of the Carolinas. Thank you for that, Neal. Today's guest is going to be Tom Sargent from Aiken, South Carolina. He's a rules guy impersonator. Why don't you tell us about yourself, Tom? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Like you said, I'm from Aiken, South Carolina. I've been here about 20 years. My background is chemical engineering, but right now I own a sawmill, and then my side hustle is a liquor store that I own. And
That doesn't sound real, but it's very
This is
interesting.
like a very Ron Swanson
Yeah.
vibe.
exactly. So but my favorite things to do are I coach high school girls soccer, varsity girls soccer. We've won 2 state championships, but the most exciting thing is I just got married in January. So
Oh, wow.
Congratulations.
still enjoying that. And my youngest child just graduated from college. So
awesome. A lot of good things
Tom
Tom has a very
Yeah.
a lot of good
full
things are
life.
happening.
So-
that's why you've been a patron for so long. Haven't been on the show. You've been busy dominating South Carolina. It seems like.
Right.
That's right.
And you have a free supply of liquor for all these celebrations, which is great.
That's right.
Well, not free.
I'm
but
the most
wholesale.
popular
Right, you
popular
can't
parent
just
at Clemson University right now, I think.
Can't just give the stuff
Oh yeah.
away.
Well,
Go
yes.
Tigers.
Congratulations for everything. That's awesome.
And another person who's doing great things.
Absolutely would be our host, coming to us from Raleigh, North Carolina, Savage Superstar, Caitlin Joyce-Senay. How are you doing, Caitlin?
I'm doing great. How are you guys?
Nice to have you back.
Welcome
I think
back
we got
to
a
the
hyphen
show.
in that last name since
Oh,
the last
yeah.
time we talked to you.
Yeah,
Congratulations.
it's been a while. So, I mean, similarly to Tom, I got married in October.
Big time for
so
weddings.
hence the last name change. It's also funny too because I am also a chemical engineer.
Oh, wow.
No way.
Random.
So weird. Although now I just work for a pharmaceutical company. No, so
Do you own any liquor stores also?
I do not.
Not yet. Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
No, that's
And
not
I
my
definitely
side
still
hustle.
see room in your future to coach someone to a state championship. Doesn't have to be girls soccer, but
Right, could be anything. Could be Quiz Bowl team.
it could be real tennis, which is a thing we learned about and might talk about later.
Yes, we'll have to talk about that later. All right, Tom. So we said that we're going to be a team today, and since you're living the best of times, why don't we be the best of teams?
I like it. I like it.
Since it's me and Matt against the best of teams, we'll be the worst of teams. So it was the best of teams versus the worst of teams.
Yeah,
also, we're the worst team.
we are still the
literally
worst team, yeah.
statistically.
It's okay. I still have some pretty great expectations for this game.
thank you.
But
worked
the
it
only,
in.
I was to say the only way to get the game started though,
It's a tale
you
of two cities.
You gotta find out.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
I am the cream. Yeah, the cream of the crop.
That didn't fit with the joke.
That's fine. We got the rules read.
We got
right?
the rules.
Okay.
Okay, let's go. Let's do it. Toss it over to Caitlin.
Somebody toss it to Caitlin.
We
Person
just
is
did.
oh,
I
okay.
just did. I'm
All
trying
right.
to move this train forward, people. You guys are stuck in the mud.
All right.
Move the
So
train
also,
forward by removing
fun
the
fact,
tracks.
and you guys may hate this. It's my birthday today. As
Happy
we're recording
birthday.
this.
Yo, happy birthday.
So
Hold on, we
I
have sound
made an
effects.
entire set of questions on things I like. So you guys are gonna hate this.
No, this would be great.
Well, maybe there'll be some chemical engineering questions.
It might be. We'll find out. Question number 1, which is going to be in the category of literature. What author of historical romance novels has seen her Bridgerton series adapted for Netflix by Shonda Rhimes?
So we need the author of the original series. There's no way. There's no way.
No.
So Stephanie Meyer?
her successful follow-up, yeah.
There's no way.
This is her Twilight future fic, right? Is a prequel?
I have
the word.
no idea. There's horses in it. Maybe who wrote Black Beauty? Is it the same person?
I don't.
We're
think
going to
so.
say Stephanie Meyer.
Tom, do you know this one at all?
I really don't.
Okay,
I really don't.
I've seen the show a little bit. I know that the main character narrator is Lady Whistledown, but I couldn't tell you the name of the actual author. And I know all the actors in it, but do you want to just say Lady Whistledown?
There you go. Love it.
All right, we're starting off strong here. The correct answer is Julia Quinn.
Okay.
Medicine woman.
Lady Whistledown is a character or something, right?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Yes, yeah, that is like the narrator that Julie Andrews voices in
That's
the
right.
show.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna switch it up now, and we're gonna go into science. So question number 2. What are the comb-like fibrous plates used as a filter feeding system by humpback and blue whales, among others?
I can picture exactly what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
I think they named a net after it. And I think that's the only way I would have it. in
Funicello?
mind. Meh.
Volleyball?
All right, we'll lock in with something just to move it along here because it's not really coming to me though. So
I'm at a blank. This is a tough one.
Is there a kid's version of this
Comb-like.
game we can play instead?
teen
Trivia.
Triviality.
Explain it to us like we're 5.
So far, we know that Caitlin likes Bridgerton and Wales.
Yeah, pretty good pair. I'm going to take a cue from one of Ken's favorite filmmakers, Mel Brooks, from Spaceballs, and say we're going to comb for the answer, and we ain't found. So,
All right, we're just gonna say bristles because I can picture what you're talking about. I just can't remember the scientific term.
So there are 2 categories of whales. There are toothed whales, and then there are this fibrous item. It's baleen whales, and those are the ones that eat krill and everything.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
So.
that's what that
The
famous
word krill kept coming into my head, and I was like, no, that's what they're eating.
Oh, they're eating
Yep.
krill.
Yeah, they're just eating a massive amount of teeny, tiny little organisms.
I ate a cone of
Oh.
krill last night. It was delicious.
Tiny shrimps. All right, let's see if we can get some points on the board here. So your next category is in directors I like.
Cool. Maybe.
So, in the 2023 upcoming Greta Gerwig Barbie movie, what actors are playing Ken and Barbie?
I can lock in for us, Tom, if you want.
Okay.
All right, so Margot Robbie is
I did know
definitely
that.
Barbie. I've seen Simu Liu is in it.
Mm-hmm.
Is he Ken? I think he's Ken.
He sounds like a Ken.
He should be Ken.
You would know Ken.
I think we're going to go Margot Robbie and Simu Liu.
Okay. So for this movie, I think I know what answers you're going for, Caitlin. But they're actually going to have 3 Kens and 3
It's a
Barbies.
Multiverse of madness.
Yeah, there are going to be a multiverse of Kens and Barbies. Simu Liu is going to be a Ken, but I believe what Caitlin's going for is Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling are the main Barbie and Ken.
Yes, that is correct. Is Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling. I will give you Simu Liu because that was announced after I wrote this question.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
All right.
Because there's going to be three Kens, 3 Barbies, yeah.
yeah, because I think
Like Malibu Ken.
Gina
or-
Rodriguez is in it. I think she might be a Barbie.
Issa Rae, I think, is going to be a Barbie.
Issa Rae is another one. Yeah.
Mhm. And the new Doctor Who,
Those
too.
were all announced earlier this week, and I already wrote this question. Probably should have edited it, but
Sounds
you know,
like it's
I'm gonna
gonna
give
be
you credit
meta.
for both.
It's going to be a bonkers movie. I'm
Like
excited.
the Chippendale movie is
Yeah.
awesome, too.
I'm really excited to see the box office competition because that's the same weekend that Oppenheimer comes out, and it is like 2 polar opposite films.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Christopher Nolan and a
Let's do
Barbie
a
movie.
double feature.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's Greta Gerwig.
Yeah.
It'll be good, though. So.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. All right, so I'm marking both teams as correct on that one because.
All right.
Thank
Points
you.
on the
Not
board.
Technically correct.
All right.
All right, let's get into another category. Let's go into some sports.
I'm pointing at Matt. Is this question about real tennis?
No, fake tennis only.
So Tom is an enthusiast of real tennis, aka court tennis, which is like tennis except insane in every way.
Yeah.
Like you can play off the walls, and it's in an oddly shaped room with like
Walls that jut out,
angles
and
and
like
walls.
and
it's all legal.
3 of the walls have roofs.
It's
Yeah.
insane. Look it up. I hope it's an
Everybody
Olympic sport
Google
one
it.
day.
I have never heard of this, so now I'm gonna have to like do a deep dive. It's gonna be a Wikipedia rabbit hole after this.
It'll be a misinfo episode. That's what we're
Yeah.
waiting for.
Everyone,
There you go.
everyone Google it, and then Tom's going to take us to play, and we'll have to videotape that because it'll probably
Be
look
horrible.
insane. Yeah.
Yep. Losing team has to play. All right. So your sports question: what quarterback from Wyoming was the 7th overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft? He now holds the single-season passing yards and touchdown record for his franchise.
I think I know this one, so we're gonna lock in.
All right, Tom. They're pretty confident, or at least Matt's pretty confident. Not sure how you feel. 2018 makes me think of Justin Herbert, who's one of my favorite quarterbacks, and I think he's from like a Wyoming, a Montana, something like that. But I could be way off.
I think he's out of. I thought he was Oregon.
Oh no, you're right. He's a Duck. Yeah, you're correct. That's right.
And it was the 2020 draft.
That was 2020, really?
He was very, very new to the
See, I
league.
can't even recognize the last 2 years. So 2018,
Everything blends together.
it does. So that means what? 4 years ago, someone who would be a big passer right now. Oh, you know what? It's got to be Josh Allen, right? Because he's a huge thrower. I think he was from one of those
my
states.
gosh. And that is my team, too. I was stuck in the. You're right.
Plus,
Josh
I'm
Allen.
just a little game theory here because Caitlin loves the Buffalo Bills. So let's go Josh Allen.
Can we edit this and make it sound like I came out with Josh Allen? Because my wife is from Buffalo.
Oh, here,
and she's going to be so mad that I didn't.
I can't just create it out of nothing, Tom. Sorry.
Save a marriage. Save a marriage.
I will say
So
that.
why are you both Buffalo fans being from the Carolinas? Is this
She's from
really-
Buffalo.
Oh, okay. But
She's from
but
Buffalo.
Caitlin is too. This
My
is,
husband is from Buffalo.
oh,
Wow,
this is
that's
so
Oh my
weird.
gosh.
I'm from downstate New York, though.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
So yeah, we'll go Josh Allen. Yeah.
Yeah. I actually saw this man chatting it up on PGA this morning for some reason. They wanted his opinion on golf, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Josh Allen.
Yes, it is Josh Allen because we are avid Bills fans in this house. So I had to ask a Bills question.
Yeah, I guess I'll be single next time I'm on Triviality.
We'll see if Josh Allen's genius got off on Mitch Trubisky with the Steelers.
Oh yeah, possibly.
Yeah.
This is a weird game of coincidences. He's a chemical engineer. He's married to someone from Buffalo.
Yeah.
This is strange. All right. So that is points for both teams. All right. Let's get into another category, which I'm sure you guys are familiar with, podcasts.
Oh, we dabble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What is that?
dabble, just a little bit. It's a hobby.
Where do I listen to them?
Yeah, what radio station is that on?
All right. So what the 2022 book Anatomy, a Love Story was the debut novel from which author and host of the podcast Noble Blood?
I don't know what any of those things are.
I know this one, Tom, from being on Twitter all the time, if you trust me.
I'm not on the Twitter.
Because I don't know if Noble Blood is like a pun about them, because usually they like to have a title that's like a pun on their name.
Should we say, I don't know.
I would think it'd
Mark
be...
Maron.
WTF.
WTF.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
I'm just...
Chris Hardwick.
That's ID10T.
Oh. The Conan O'Brien Show.
Sure.
Conan O'Brien.
All right. I believe this person is an author, does the podcasts, and I believe just got married to someone, I can't remember the last name, Ian, who is on the Late Late Show with James Corden and is on a different podcast where they draft stuff. Anyway, I believe it's Dana Schwartz.
Oh.
Yeah, the host of Noble Blood is Dana Schwartz.
Wow, good job, Neal.
Thank you. I just see her tweets all day. So
I know the name, but I would never have gotten there.
I luckily that she tweeted a ton when her book came out, and I remember when I was doing my book, I was like, oh, maybe we should send one to her to blurb, and they said, well, it's not really in the same genre, it probably wasn't worth it, so I just remembered her name from then. But
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first little bit of separation since the game started. After 5 questions, the worst have 20 points, and the best, appropriate for their name, 30.
Makes sense.
Alrighty. Let's get into your question number 6, which is going to be in the category of Taylor Swift.
Ken's just turning red over there.
I promise I have a good mixture. You're gonna love the middle round. It's gonna it's gonna be good. The swing round is gonna be good. All right, your question.
Lord of the
Taylor
Rings
Swift
character.
Taylor Swift collaborated with what band made up of sisters on the song No Body No Crime off her album Evermore?
Are we locked in?
With whatever you want.
Okay.
there is one band of sisters that I do enjoy, that I like to listen to, called Haim, if you're familiar.
No.
So they're all
they're
play...
Wilson Phillips for the new generation is what they are.
Yeah, they're multi-instrumentalists. They all sing, they all play guitar, drums, all that good stuff. Very talented. But they seem like they'd be a great mix with Taylor Swift for some sort of song or album. So if you're cool with that.
Yeah, I'm 53, so the only sisters I knew were like the Pointer Sisters. I don't think
the
they're
Twisted Sisters.
I mean, Taylor...
The Twisted Sisters, that's right.
Yeah,
I would pay for that collaboration.
That would be a really good collaboration. But yeah, we're going to lock in with Haim.
I like Haim.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
I like them so much I put it down as our answer. So we also said Haim.
The correct answer is Haim.
All right.
All right.
Well done.
Good job, Matt. I didn't know that.
They were the only sisters I could think of in that kind of genre or realm right now that are putting out music.
Yeah.
Yep. All righty. Your question number 7 is going to be in history. I was the Lord High Chancellor under Henry VIII. I was canonized as a martyr in 1935. I wrote the book Utopia. Who am I?
Do you have a good...
No, I have nothing.
Oh, he's got nothing, so I'm going to write down a last name, and we're in.
I was just reading trivia facts about the book Utopia, but I could not pull the...
You didn't read the
author.
who wrote it.
Yeah, I did not read the author, so...
You thought that was too trivial.
Yeah.
You're actually just reading about Euphoria.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I was thinking about Zendaya. Yeah, I don't know.
Is that your answer, Zendaya?
I don't know. Tom, you might know, Tom. I don't know. Do you have any idea on this one?
For some reason, the name Thomas keeps coming to my head, but does that ring any bell for you?
No, that's you.
That's your name.
I wrote Utopia.
Several hundred years before you were born.
Thomas sounds. I mean, that sounds like a.
I won't say it's his first name, though, but I don't know.
That's like the Lucky Johnson of like early English history.
Yeah, right.
Or like Middle English history.
Because I was thinking like Cromwell because of something of the Lord High Chancellor, but I think he was Lord something else. Lord, I don't know, Beekeeper or something. But yeah, do you want to just go Thomas maybe?
Well, sure. That's fine.
And I chose Cromwell.
All right. So the Lord High Chancellor Cromwell was one after
Ah,
this guy.
Come on.
This is Sir Thomas More.
You were close, Tom.
In the
just needed
Tudors, he was
more.
played by Jeremy Northam.
Thought it was going to be Sir Dave Thomas
No.
Mr. Wendy's.
of Double Stack.
I was going to say the other Dave Thomas, the half of the Canadian comedy duo.
Well, some consider Wendy's a utopia. I'm one of those people.
All right. Your 8th question is going to be in TV shows. What British crime drama adapted by Anthony Horowitz has been airing since 1997 and has had such characters as Tom Barnaby, played by John Nettles, and D.S. Charlie Nilsson, played by William Lee?
I can lock in if you're good, Tom.
What's that slang term for like the police station that I'm trying to pull?
Bullpen?
That's not it, but we can say that.
Okay, the bullpen.
It's the Bobby Files.
The Bobby Files. So this show has been around a really long time. It's a great show. It's based on a bunch of books. Anthony Horowitz is an awesome author. He wrote probably what my favorite book is right now, Magpie Murders. But
From what I know from the target audience, which is mostly like pensioners in England,
And me,
it's
yeah.
not surprising Neal has
And
watched this.
me.
yeah, this is Midsummer Murders.
The correct answer is Midsummer Murders.
What's that show I was trying to think of?
You said it was a slang term for Scotland Yard, or
Just like a like a police
MI5?
station? No.
not Prime Suspect, Line of Duty.
Peaky
thank-
Blinders?
Oh, it's a
Peaky Blinders.
British-
That's
The
what
Thin
it
Red
was.
Line.
Neighbors.
You answered it one time a long time ago.
Oh,
I never
Coronation
heard of
Street.
it, but
The blue.
Thin Blue Line?
No, it's with blue. I know what you're talking about.
Something.
Blue
Anyways.
Blood, starring
sorry for the
Tom
distraction.
Selleck.
Tom Selleck.
Noted British actor.
Tom
Tom
Selleck.
Selleck.
Need more Toms in this game.
I mean, he does have a very British mustache.
That's fair.
Alrighty. Your next question is going to be in the category of desserts. What pastry made up of layers of puff pastry and pastry cream and then glazed with marble icing is also called a Napoleon?
I was going to say Napoleon.
Okay.
So I don't know the other answer.
We can lock in and let them talk.
Of course you can.
Caitlin, this is like the perfect game for me.
What do you know about French desserts that aren't crepes? I'm sure it's delicious. Beignet. You want to say, even though it's probably wrong?
That seems. I would rather say coffee cake than that.
A coffee cake.
Now, the Oakbrook Mall, which is near us, there's a place called Macaron. They have some, desserts and pastries there. You can get one of these there. And
They also have a real fondness for a certain French president.
They do. Yeah. But this is one of my favorite terms they always say on Bake Off. They want to make their millefeuille. That's what we're locking in with.
This is one of my favorite desserts. And when I was a kid, whenever we used to go into New York City, we'd also always stop at in Little Italy, and which weirdly enough had a great bakery that had a French dessert in it. I don't know why. But this is millefeuille.
Wow.
I thought he
Also,
was the
it-
bad guy in Harry Potter.
1,000 sheets or something.
Yeah. That one always looks really hard when they have to make that on Bake Off, but it's always tasting very good.
All right. And your final question in the round is going to be in science again. What is the piece of lab equipment used to grow microbiological and cell cultures while maintaining optimal temperature, humidity, and other environmental conditions?
So they're locked in, Tom. As you know, I'm not good with science. All I came up with was Petri dish, but that would be way too simple, I think, an answer. Do you have any idea on this one?
I think it's where you put the Petri dish.
Probably.
Yeah. The first word that came to my mind was incubator.
I like that. I think so too.
An incubator.
Incubator.
That makes sense. That would be a good way to describe this. We said the homeostasis chamber.
Wow.
Yeah, not good.
All right, so we use these a lot in pharmaceuticals because I work with cell lines a lot. So these are incubators.
Oh, nice pull.
Oh, nice.
I wasn't thinking about it in terms of like
Incubating.
growing stuff.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Growing stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
we do put petri dishes inside them.
Yeah.
This show was born out of an incubator.
Was it
Yeah,
the incubator of our minds?
it's true.
Okay.
All right, and after 10 questions,
Thank you.
your scores are as follows: 30 points for the team who is the worst, and 70 points to the best of times.
That makes sense.
Best of teams.
Best of teams.
I stand corrected. I'm going to try and actually do the team names correct. for
That
once.
would be the best of times if you could do that.
It would be.
And Caitlin, you said you had a special swing round for us today that everyone was going to love. So what is the
Oh, yeah.
category today?
Yeah. The category is going to be periodic spelling.
Ooh, okay.
Was that the response you're looking for? Ooh,
I've never
cringe.
been more
So-
happy in my entire life.
Yeah. So the way I promise you, it's not nearly as awful as you think it might be. But so I am going to be giving you a bunch of periodic elements that end up spelling a word. So you're gonna have to name the word it spells, and then also the missing element. So there's two parts to this.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah. And so it's what you'll get it with the
Yeah,
first
I'm
one.
sure.
All right. Germanium plus what equals this sequence of nucleotides? 2. Molybdenum. Molybdenum. I can't say this word.
Molybdenum.
Molybdenum. Thank you. Plus what? Plus tantalum plus sodium equals this U.S. state who elected Jeanette Rankin as the first woman to federal office. All right. 3. What plus erbium plus sulfur plus erbium plus potassium equals this word whose origins come from Norse legend about warriors who wore bearskins. Number 4. Astatine plus what plus nitrogen plus tantalum equals this TV show premiering in 2016 starring Zazie Beetz and Lakeith Stanfield. All right. Helium plus rhenium plus what plus carbon equals what Joan of Arc was convicted with before being burnt at the stake. Number 6. Osmium plus molybdenum. Thank you.
Molybdenum.
I have struggled with this word my entire life.
Yeah, molybdenum.
Molybdenum plus what plus sulfur equals this spontaneous movement through a permeable membrane. Number 7. What plus uranium plus barium plus rubidium equals this edible plant commonly stewed with sugar. Number 8. Sulfur plus what plus nobium plus aluminum equals this Shondaland show starring Kerry Washington. Number 9 is vanadium plus americium plus what plus iodine plus rhenium equals this Bram Stoker creature. And then 10. What plus argon equals this armed conflict that is good for absolutely nothing.
All right, we'll be considering these, and we'll be right back. And we are back with our answers. I think Matt and I did better than we expected, and yeah, let's get on with it.
Number 1, germanium plus what equals this sequence of nucleotides?
We weren't sure what we could finish this with, but we said gel, and we went with lithium.
Tom saved us on pretty much all of these, and we went with neon and gene.
Oh,
The correct answer is neon and gene.
that makes more sense.
Number 2, molybdenum plus what plus tantalum plus sodium equals this U.S. state who elected Jeanette Rankin as the first woman to federal office?
We said Montana, and we went with nitrogen for the N.
Yep. I wasn't really familiar with who Jeanette Rankin was, but when you put the elements together, you're left with an N. So we said Montana and nitrogen.
Yep, the correct answer is Montana and nitrogen. Question 3. What plus eurybium plus sulfur plus eurybium plus potassium equals this word whose origins come from Norse legend about warriors who wore bearskins?
We tried some different permutations of this and couldn't get it to work, so we had to tap out on this.
I think that's unfortunate, Ken, because it's one of your favorite anime movie series.
Oh, I see what it is now.
Yeah, we went with Berserk, and correct me if I'm wrong, Tom, boron.
The correct answer is berserk and boron.
We weren't even close.
All right. Question number 4. Astenine plus what plus nitrogen plus tantalum equals this TV show premiering in 2016 starring Zazie Beetz and Lakeith Stanfield?
Yeah, pretty good show that I enjoy. I need to watch the latest season. It's Atlanta, and we didn't know what the LA was, so we just said lanthium. We might have made that up.
You're so close.
Yep. This is one of those ones where Neal knew the TV show and I knew the element. So worked out great. We said Atlanta and lanthanum.
Oh.
Come on.
I'm so proud of you guys, though. When I was out there, you guys were doing so great. This would have never happened 5 years ago.
That is true.
That's not true.
For me.
Yeah,
for
the
me.
correct answer is Atlanta and lanthanum.
I know exactly the same amount of elements as I did when we started this. I've learned none, and I've forgotten none.
All right. Question number 5. Helium plus rhenium plus what plus carbon equals what Joan of Arc was convicted as before being burnt at the stake?
We said heretic, and we needed the TI, so we said titanium.
We said the same, heretic, titanium.
The correct answer is heretic and titanium. All right. Question number 6. Osmium, molybdenum plus what plus sulfur equals this spontaneous movement through a permeable membrane?
I was thinking this was osmosis, and we went with silicon.
Yep. We agree. Osmosis and silicone.
The correct answer is osmosis and silicon. All right. Number 7 was what plus uranium plus barium plus rubidium equals this edible plant commonly stewed with sugar?
We said rhubarb. I don't think I've ever had rhubarb. Have you guys?
Tasty.
I've
Yeah.
never had it.
We said rhubarb, and I think we chose radon for the R, but we weren't sure.
We also said rhubarb, and for the element rhodium.
Yep. The one that's missing is a RH for rhubarb, and the correct element is rhodium.
RH.
Oh,
Yep.
We spelled rhubarb wrong.
so we did.
So that silent H should get you every time. All right. Number 8. Sulfur plus what plus nobium plus aluminum equals this Shondaland show starring Kerry Washington?
We said scandal, and there was a little bit of debate about which one was the CA I think we needed, and we went with calcium.
Yep. This is the second one where Neal knew the show was Scandal, and we're looking for CA, and that is calcium.
Yep. The correct answer is scandal and calcium. All right. And then number 9, vanadium plus americium plus what plus iodine plus rhenium equals this Bram Stoker creature?
Well, we first said Dracula, and we were like, that doesn't work. So then we said vampire,
Wampire.
and we went with plutonium for the P.
Yep, we went phosphorus for the element, and we also went with vampire. We went vampire.
Yep. The correct creature is vampire, and the correct element is phosphorus.
I didn't think we did great, but we've done worse than that.
Talk about getting staked in the heart.
Yeah.
On that one.
All right. And question number 10. What plus argon equals this armed conflict that is good for absolutely nothing?
Say it again.
We said war and tungsten for the W.
That's what we said too. We said, huh, war, and tungsten.
Yep, the correct answer is war, and tungsten is your W.
We were like right there on half of them. We just couldn't nail down the element.
All right, and the scores are in for the teams following the swing round. We have the worst of teams trailing a little bit behind with 55 points, and in the lead, the best of teams with 120.
Jeez.
It is holding to its name.
Well, speaking of the best of teams, we have the best team over at Patreon, helping us continue our show, making it grow and get better each year. We have two patrons here with us today that we, cannot thank enough for their support. But we just passed 250 patrons. We're almost at 260 on our way to, we passed 450 patrons.
Yeah, come on.
I know, on our way to 500. So we're almost there to 500. So thank you to everyone who's been signing up recently over the past few weeks, helping us get to 500 patrons. We can't thank you enough. If you'd like to join Caitlin and Tom over at Patreon to get some extra perks like stickers, boxes, but most importantly, a ton of extra audio content each month, 2 bonus episodes each month, you can go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast to join them and help support the show.
And you know what I love, Neal, is that you can give your support in your native currency. So I love seeing 14 Australian bucks. I don't know what it is, but we appreciate
Dollars. Australian dollars.
That's true. Yeah, so thank you to everyone internationally, who's been signing up. It's always nice to see, as Matt said, sort of the pins on the map from all over the world. It really means a lot to us that we're reaching far and wide. So thank you to everyone.
Also want to say that a couple years ago when we set out our Patreon, we only had a couple goals. The first one we had achieved pretty quickly. That was to upgrade all the equipment in the studio. We've done that. We only have one other stretch goal out there. We're almost a quarter of the way there. And it's we all decide to quit our jobs and do this show full time.
Yay.
So that's something I never thought we'd even get a quarter of the way to.
But with inflation, we're gonna have to stretch that out.
So maybe when we're 60 years old, we'll get there.
I was going to say at the current rate, we've got about 20 years of this
switch
show.
to rice and beans.
But no, thank you so much for your support. It really is the way that we can continue to keep this show running and producing at such a high level. And
let's
free
keep
for
this
everyone.
game running and move on to the second round.
Yeah, all right. So your second round first question is going to be in reality TV shows. So inspired by the popularity of Bridgerton, what current NBC dating show follows Nicole, a Seattle-based engineer and former Seattle Seahawks dancer, and 16 suitors who go all out with old-fashioned flourishes to charm her?
I have never heard of this show, but I must watch it. Was this ringing a bell to you?
No.
No, you're just trying to think of
I'm just trying to think of a funny, like, Jane Austen sort of answer.
Yeah.
Me too.
Bride and Prejudice.
I like that.
There you go. I was like lack of sense and sensibility, Pride and Prejudice. Okay. We have no idea. So we're going to lock in with Bride and Prejudice.
Where a young suitor tries to find someone else that isn't racist.
Yes.
So I normally am pretty good with reality shows. I don't watch them. I just know a lot about them. But this one I'm not too familiar with, but I think they're on the right track at least. So I'm trying to think of what would be a fun term for a dating show that's inspired by Bridgerton. So like sort of that Victorian era or pre-Victorian era. So just thinking of a term, trying to think of a term for like dating.
Courting.
I like that. Courting. Do you want to go with the courtship?
The Courtship.
Sounds like a show.
Sounds clean. So
God,
we'll go with that.
I don't know what rectum you pulled that out of.
Your correct answer is The Courtship.
Oh,
No
nice.
way.
That's all Tom. So
Bride and Prejudice, by the way, is a great Bollywood remake of Pride and Prejudice, and it is amazing if you have not seen it. It's a worth a watch.
I believe it.
nice job, Tom.
The Courtship. The decision to say the in front of it, too.
Yeah.
I'm just... What?
It sounds more like an event TV.
I'm sorry, guys. I don't think there's any way you can win
Matt,
this game with
today
that kind of a
ain't our
performance.
day.
I would think with the Seahawks
He's got a
dancer, it'd
chemical.
be a...
He's got a chemical engineer on his team. This is like.
Yeah, it's not
this
good
is
for us.
Not our day.
All right. Question number 2. What NBC show surpassed Gunsmoke to become the longest running live action primetime TV series?
So, Tom, I've heard this fact before, and my brain is blanking right now. I'm just trying to think. I mean, Gunsmoke was around for a long time, and
The only one I can think of was, the first one that came to my mind obviously was The Simpsons, but then she said live action. So then I thought maybe SVU.
oh, you know what? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, that's been around forever.
I don't know if it's Law and Order or if it's SVU or.
Well, Law and Order stopped for a while. It just came back with Sam Masterson and stuff. But I think SVU
Couldn't
though
get Jerry Orbach for some reason.
couldn't get Jerry Orbach.
Ooh.
I like SVU. Do you want to go Law and Order SVU?
Yes,
All
let's
right.
do that.
We said Law and Order.
I need prompt. I'm prompting you.
All right, let's
It's not criminal intent, so
so we'll say SVU or one of the new ones.
yeah. SVU.
Yeah, it is now in season 23,
Wow.
I believe. It's Law and Order SVU.
The Ice
And
T
Law and Order
vehicle.
did come back and technically also passed Gunsmoke, but it wasn't like in a row because they're on season 21
Okay.
and Gunsmoke had 20.
All right. Great poll, Tom.
Yeah, all right. Your third question in your second round here is going to be in sports again. So if you know anything about me, I've been a competitive swimmer for decades. So here is your question. One of the hardest events in swimming is the 400 individual medley. What is the order of the strokes?
All right, Matt and I put our heads together, and I think we have an answer.
Okay, Tom, I'm trying to visualize the swimming races and trying to see what their body looks like. But correct me if I'm wrong. I think one of them's got to be.
I mean, I can't blame you.
Well, yeah, that's true. You have to. The Speedos alone. So butterfly has to be one of them. Breaststroke. Is freestyle the one where it's just like normal swimming? Is that freestyle?
Yes,
Okay. And then backstroke?
and backstroke. Those are the 4 strokes. And kind of like Caitlin, I was on swim team all through high school.
Perfect.
And so I think, and you said individual medley, right?
Yeah, I said individual medley.
I think the relay, they go backstroke first, then butterfly and breaststroke and freestyle. I think when you're doing individual, I think it's butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle.
Okay.
I think you remember I saying like butterback, breast free. I think so.
That jives with me. I figured freestyle was the last one because of the speed, and then butterfly was the first, but you filled in the blanks. So let's go, butterfly, backstroke, breaststroke, freestyle.
And we said breast, back, fly, free.
So the correct answer for this one, like Tom said, the relay is a different order because diving in on your back would be really hard. So that relay is back, breast, fly, free, but the individual is fly, back, breast, free. Yeah, chemical engineer is also on the swim team. What is this?
With a spouse from Buffalo.
I know.
Okay, all right. Number 4 is kind of a mishmash of categories, but it is Gemini season, so I'm going to ask a question about the Gemini zodiac.
You a Gemini, Tom?
No.
I would
Well,
have
there's the
walked
difference.
out.
And
of the
there's
studio.
where we start. But I am willing to learn.
You'd technically be a Gemini.
So your question number 4 is, Gemini is represented by the Dioscuri, twin half-brothers in Roman and Greek mythology. YA readers might remember them as the cameramen and an Avox from the Hunger Games series. Who are they?
So I don't think these would be like big, famous, the famous gods,
Mhm.
right?
There's no Hermes, no
I think these would
believe
be
it's
like
pronounced Hermes.
lessers,
some
Sorry,
of the
bad
lessers.
joke.
I got nothing here.
which means I got nothing.
Oh,
Let's say
man.
Zeus and Poseidon.
Okay.
Okay. They're locked in. I'm familiar with the characters from the Hunger Games, but Oh, wait.
Okay.
Uh,
One of them, I think, is Pollux.
That's right. You're totally making my brain fire up here. Tingle. Yes. Jeffrey Wright, I think, is one of them in the movie, in the second one, which is my favorite one. He's the one with the glasses. He's like a hacker or whatever. I think he's one of them. Pollux. Yeah, that sounds right. So Pollux. And then
That's the one who paints by just flicking
he
paint
just
at
he just exactly. He brings a paintbrush only to the Hunger Games.
Yep.
I don't think I could tell you the other one. Pollux and Hydrox is the cookie.
I was going to say Pollux and Bollocks. He's full of it.
This is going to sound crazy. Is there something like Linus?
Ooh, yeah, with an L. That sounds familiar. Pollux and
Linus. That's the only thing keeps coming to my mind.
Yeah,
let's.
a stinky kid, right?
I feel like one of them is an L. Let's just go Linus. That sounds.
If Tom pulls this Hunger Games question, I'm walking out.
Yeah, let's go Pollux and Linus.
We said Zeus and Poseidon because we had no idea.
All right. So in Greek and Roman mythology, I'm sure you're familiar with. There's Romulus and Remus, which are brothers, but that's not them. The correct answer is Castor and Pollux.
Oh,
Castor.
Good news.
Yep.
Ken is stuck here.
Yeah.
And Caitlin, are those the characters that Jeffrey Wright played? Like,
No. So they were actually in the third movie.
Oh, okay.
They were like when they were doing all the propaganda filming and things in the third movie, they were camera people.
okay.
And one of them was an AVOX, which is somebody who had their tongue cut out and is mute.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of BT from the second one.
Yeah,
I see.
BT.
Or BT.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So Castor and Pollux are who the Gemini twins are. All right, let's get into your question number 5, which is going to be in movies, but kind of TV. What actor from Gilmore Girls played Weasel in the 2021 film Suicide Squad? He was also the motion capture performance for Rocket in Avengers Infinity War.
We can lock in, Tom.
All right, we're locked in too. So we said the director's brother, Sean Gunn.
Yeah, he played Kirk on Gilmore Girls, who always had a different occupation, which was always fun. We said Sean Gunn.
The correct answer is Sean Gunn.
All right. Off to
Good job, Neal.
better start this round for both teams, but the score gap hasn't changed too much. We've got the worst of teams with 75 points, and with 160 points, the best of teams.
It's gotten much worse.
still
What
in
are you
the
talking
lead.
about?
Much worse. They got 4 and we got 2. What the hell are you even?
Yeah, we need a new scorekeeper.
I'm doing the Neal thing where like
Just
it's
trying
all
to soften the
equal
blow.
and like everyone is like, oh, it's so
It's
close.
neck and neck, people. Stay tuned.
Anyone's game.
Don't turn off the podcast. Whatever you do, we need
Final
those
round
downloads.
categories.
I'm
Things
like-
Tom Sargent knows. Things Neal knows.
I'm just like, it's like the dog, the meme where the flames are around. Like, this is fine. Everything's great, guys.
Caitlin, I love you being on the show. I love talking to you. You're great to hang out with. We have nothing in common. I just discovered. All right, let's get number 6.
All right. Question number 6 is in alcoholic beverages.
All right.
All right.
Not forget.
Get the out of here. The man owns a liquor store.
All right. What brand of hard cider owned by the Boston Beer Company has its headquarters in Hudson Valley, New York? The crisp apple flavor is not as bitter or irritable as the name may suggest.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
I get
think
it.
we got one. So we're in.
I think I know this one.
Okay.
Do you carry this?
No, in South Carolina, we're not allowed to sell ciders in our liquor stores.
Really?
Because the
We
kids,
can only
the
sell
kids like it.
beer. I mean, we can only sell liquor and wine.
Wow. Would this be Grumpy Jack?
I was thinking Angry Orchard.
Oh, that makes more
Who's
sense.
Grumpy
Sounds
Jack?
much better.
Grumpy Jack, I think, is a cider. I had because in London, when I was there, I only drank ciders because I didn't want to drink beer. But it was normally Strongbow or Magners. But I remember there was was it Grumpy Jack? Maybe. Anyway, I think
he
Angry
made that
Orchard
up.
sounds right.
Yeah, we said Angry Orchard also.
So the headquarters for this company is actually in my hometown in New York. This is Angry Orchard.
Grumpy Jack.
All right, so what Neal was looking for, there is a company that makes a brand of dry cider. It's 6% alcohol by volume. First produced in 1727 by Simon Cider. It's known as Scrumpy Jack.
Grumpy Jack.
Scrumpy Jack.
Okay.
SCRUMPY Jack.
This episode's sponsored by Scrumpy Jack, apparently.
They were the official sponsor of the England national rugby union team in the mid-1990s.
Oh, good
And
to
this
know.
podcast.
Let's add that to their Wikipedia.
Okay. So question number 7 is going to be in the category of TikTok.
All right.
Oh, for Neal.
Not for Neal. We don't write games specifically for Neal.
This
I'm
is
all
a
for
game
this
for
one.
me. Okay. What recently released song by Lizzo has sparked a TikTok trending dance originally choreographed by Jaden Gomez?
We can lock in, Tom.
I think Jaden's part of that influencer house, if I am correct. Hangs out with,
AKA the most annoying house
Yeah.
to ever exist.
he's hanging out with that Charlie lady. I don't know.
You had no idea.
No.
Fun fact, though, I once saw Haim, and the opener was Lizzo.
Oh, I remember you said that. Yeah.
Crazy show.
Doing her fluting.
Yeah, it was like before she blew up. It's
Flute and twerk.
pretty cool. Yeah, we don't know. We don't know.
Nope.
What was that old Lizzo song?
Why your
Truth
s-
hurts.
Why your
Truth
score is
hurts.
great till they got a
Truth
beat great.
feels good. That's what we're gonna go with.
This time. Yes, the truthening.
Yeah, this song is taking TikTok by storm. Everyone seems to be doing it, and it's about damn time.
Yep, the new Lizzo song is About Damn Time. And that the dance is everywhere when you go on there.
Even I'm doing it, just not recording it
Yet.
yet.
Follow us on TikTok for Neal's dances.
I still haven't learned how to floss.
Follow,
So
follow Triviality on TikTok. Watch Neal do the Lizzo dance.
It's only one video, just me dancing, but nothing else.
Yeah.
In the nude.
Yeah.
we told them that was not required.
Okay. Question number 8 is in, well, this is kind of reality TV show, kind of movies, kind of food.
Okay.
A little bit of everything. What American Idol runner-up plays the Dr. Pepper mascot Little Sweet? This is not his first foray into acting, as he starred with his season's winner in a 2003 romantic comedy.
I know it.
I love Little Sweet.
This is one of Matt's favorites.
We were just talking about the American
Which-
Idol runner-ups
No.
too.
We
which is
were.
weird.
Yeah. So you're locked in, Matt.
Of
you know.
course.
So Tom, if you're okay with this, I'm almost positive this is Justin Guarini, who was in from Justin to Kelly with
I was
Kelly
like-
Clarkson.
Yeah.
How dare you screw up that order?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm
he
good.
does
I just
the-
looked at the whole list of American Idol winners while we were
You won't
getting ready.
find this
We were looking for
curly-haired
Philip
man.
Phillips.
Philip Phillips, right? Yeah, this is Justin Guarini. He does the high pitched like whatever. Yeah.
I didn't even know that was him. I just know that he was the runner-up to Kelly Clarkson. So we said Justin Guarini.
Yeah, it was shocking when I learned that was actually Justin Guarini in those commercials, but it is Justin Guarini who plays Little Sweet in the Dr. Pepper commercials.
I feel like I told everybody I knew that's who it was as soon as I figured it out.
That
a
is
fun little-
shocking
Is that a
information.
person? The character?
Little Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or is
he's
it,
like
like,
this
animated?
tall. No, he's like a small version
Yeah.
of himself.
He's like a
little.
like 80s
The
rocker.
shrunk person.
Oh, the little rocker
Oh.
He's like
Yeah.
if Prince was on your shoulder as the devil. Little
guy.
Sweet.
He wasn't the berries and cream guy. That was a different.
No, he wasn't the berries and cream
That was
guy.
a different guy. We should.
That was Herbert Sutter.
I was,
cream. That is a cream.
I was debating
forgot
on
about
asking.
that.
I was debating on asking a question about the berries and cream guy or the Quiznos sponge monkeys, but
yeah.
I decided not to.
Quiz those subs.
We should do a cover band, a Justin Guarini cover, which is Guar and Justin Guarini songs. Only.
But what, are we dressing as Guar?
Yeah, absolutely.
But singing Justin Guarini
That
songs?
would be
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the best
Are there more
combination.
than how many Justin Guarini songs are there?
It's a short set. It's a short set.
We could do the encore
We get
with
in
some
and out.
Guar
We get
tunes.
in and out with a quick 20, and we're good.
Yeah. Okay, so your question number 9 is going to be in history again. What Iceni queen and British folk hero, famous in the Victorian era, led an uprising against forces from the Roman Empire in either 60 or 61 AD to get revenge for her and her daughters?
So no idea, Matt.
No, not
You're
a clue.
with me. All right, we'll say Mary, Queen of Scots.
Any ideas on this one, Tom? I have no clue.
I don't. I'm trying to place what's going on in 60 to 65 AD.
Yeah.
Sort of drawing a blank.
Good times.
Yeah, good times. I mean, I feel like I've heard a story about, fighting for the daughters, that kind of thing, on some show, but I could not even get close to a correct answer. So, Arya Stark.
Good answer.
Yes, do that.
All right.
So what is the answer?
Yeah, so there is some talk about her, whether she actually existed or not. But it's made that she's a folk hero. But in the Victorian era, she became popular again. But this is Boudica or Boudicca.
Oh, okay.
I've heard that name. Can't place it though.
Boudicca.
That's your rapper name, isn't it?
It is. It's all about philosophical slants on my lyrics, but I only perform in IKEAs.
No. Buddha IKEA.
Buddha IKEA.
Or putting dubs on your Kias.
Or that too.
That's what I do. Yeah, with my
Speaking
own,
of
yeah.
Kia, their new logo, every time I see a car behind
bad.
me, it looks like Nine Inch Nails. And I always
It's
think like
not
Trent
good.
Reznor's coming behind
Yes,
me.
I have seen that so many times, and I'm like, oh, it's Kia.
Yeah, right.
Say it's your dad's Kia.
Yeah, it's supposed to be very minimalist.
I'm gonna tailgate you like an animal. I'm gonna have leather interiors on the inside.
David Fincher directs the commercial where all the gerbils are murdered.
R.I.P. the Kia Soul.
Looks like he got stuck in his wheel. This was no accident. All right, let's gracefully get the 10th
Yes.
question and bring this to a close.
John Doe has
Right.
the upper hand. Sorry.
Your final question in this wonderful game that was going well for some and not for others. For question number 10 is
Spielberg?
this one. Yes.
Okay.
On TikTok.
This is in TV again. After voicing Hercules in the 1997 Disney film, Tate Donovan went on to play Jimmy Cooper in what Josh Schwartz drama?
Hooray for me.
Oh, Matt. Oh, Matt. I was so excited.
I thought the final category was going to be Tom Sargent's own children.
We're locked in.
We're elected.
So when I think of Josh Schwartz, Tom, I think of two things. One, that at a young age, I wanted to also sell a TV show by age 25, and when I didn't, I felt like a failure. But two, that he did the OC before he did Chuck, which I used to watch all the time. So I believe this
Love
is the
Chuck.
OC.
Both of those shows are like my whole past.
Yeah, I think it's the OC if you're okay with that.
Yep, let's do that.
The OC, one of my favorite shows of all time. Jimmy Cooper, great character, bad father.
Terrible with money.
Yeah, not good with money. We said the OC.
The correct answer is the OC. This question was actually inspired by Jeffrey Sigurton, who was like, we were talking about this the other day about, he was wondering how hard a question about Tate Donovan would be. So
Love Tate Donovan.
Oh, yeah,
Not
he's
for these
great.
guys.
Yeah. Love
For me,
Tate
yes.
Donovan.
Right from the get-go. He's making bad investments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like by the second episode, you find out he's actually
He's a
broke.
scumbag. Yeah.
he lost the whole town's money. Not great.
Well, Jeff, looks like we broke 100 at least.
Yeah, I have to say that it's still anyone's game mathematically, but the worst team has a score of 105 points. You just broke 100, and the best team just broke 200. Their score is 200 even.
Oh, so we can catch them
Yes, theoretically, depending on how this game plays out.
in theory.
It is not mathematically impossible.
Improbable, yes. What are the final round categories?
yeah, so these are all part of kind of the same category. I just did a general 5 questions in the same category. These are all about Harry Potter alumni.
Not things that Tom Sargent can see in his house
No.
right now.
Championship soccer teams in Aiken, South Carolina that are filled with the children of Tom Sargent.
The first one is, they're all about Harry Potter alumni. The first one is going to be in people. The second category is books. The third category is television. Fourth category is movies. And the fifth category is also movies. But they're all under the category of Harry Potter alumni.
And the wagers are now in. Looks like we're doing 20s all the way down to see if we can save our hides. Doubtful. And you guys are doing what?
We're going to do 10 on people, 5 on books, and then 30 the rest of the way down.
All right. Sounds good. What are the questions?
Question number 1. Daniel Radcliffe is set to star in an upcoming biopic for the Roku channel about what man? Question number 2. What book by Stephen Chbosky was adapted into a movie in 2012 and starred another Harry Potter alumnus? And that is Stephen is Phen, and Chbosky is Chobosky. And number 3, another alumnus, Rupert Grint, has gone on to star in shows like Snatch and what psychological horror series on Apple TV? Question number 4. Before starring in the Harry Potter series, Tom Felton played P. Green in what movie based on a children's book by Mary Norton? And number 5. One of the other Weasley siblings, Bill, was played by Domhnall Gleeson, who later starred as a time traveler in what Richard Curtis movie, also starring Rachel McAdams?
All right. Those are the questions. Let's see what we can salvage here, Matt. Shall we?
We'll see.
And we are back with some answers, it appears.
Some better than
Yeah,
others.
we'll see. And let's get the questions one more time and see how it all plays out, though I can guess.
No spoilers.
Question number 1 was Daniel Radcliffe is set to star in an upcoming biopic for the Roku channel about what man?
All right, feel good about this one. Weird Al.
Yep, we agree. Weird Al. This is going to be a good one.
I thought it was very interesting casting, but you know what? Daniel Radcliffe can do no wrong. It's Weird Al Yankovic.
Supremely nice guy.
Very good in
person.
Lost City.
Weird Al.
Question number 2. What book by Stephen Chbosky was adapted into a movie in 2012 and starred another Harry Potter alumnus?
We didn't know this one at all, but we assumed it was, what's her name? Emma Watson?
Emma Watson.
I remember a movie that she was in. It was like all serious. I can't really remember the name of it, but we said Relapse because I thought it had something to do with that.
Yep. We agree. This one is an Emma Watson movie, and it was one that my daughter really liked to watch. That's
So
the
probably
only
not
reason
this
I
one.
knew this one. It was The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Your correct answer is Perks of Being a Wallflower.
What movie am I thinking of? The like really
The
dark.
Circle?
No,
Not the bling
Was
ring,
it the one
right?
where she was like a burglar?
Ooh, I like the
the
Bling
bling
Ring.
ring?
no, not that one. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I'm curious which one you're thinking of.
It's like all serious. Anyways, continue.
Question number 3. Another alumnus, Rupert Grint, has gone on to star in shows like Snatch and what psychological horror series on Apple TV Plus?
Seems Matt knew this one.
Yeah, I watch a lot of Apple TV Plus, my Ted Lasso, and they were promoting The Servant quite a bit.
Yeah, I think my brother watched this one. He told me about it a few times. We said Servant.
Regression is the Emma Watson movie.
With Ethan Hawke.
The correct answer is Servant. All right, question number 4. Before starring in the Harry Potter series, Tom Felton played P. Green in what movie based on a children's novel by Mary Norton?
We had no clue, so we said Bridge to Terabithia, though we think that one was too late.
This one I only knew because Tom Felton wasn't really in a lot of other movies, at least notably, other than Harry Potter. And I knew he was in a movie called The Borrowers, so that's what we locked him with.
Oh, that one.
Yep, the villain in this was John Goodman, and it was the movie The Borrowers. And question number 5. One of the other Weasley siblings, Bill, was played by Domhnall Gleeson, who later starred as a time traveler in what Richard Curtis movie, also starring Rachel McAdams?
I think I know this one because I always see it on Netflix and I think about watching it due to the awesome cast, and then I choose not to for whatever reason. And I think it's called About Time.
Yeah, wonderful romantic comedy from the writer of Love Actually, featuring Rachel McAdams, who loves being in movies where she is opposite a time traveler. So we said About Time.
Yeah, she's in like 3 of them, right?
Yeah, Time Traveler's Wife, this one. There's one that's leaving my brain right now, but yes.
Was it Midnight in Paris?
Midnight in Paris, yes, with Owen Wilson, yeah.
Wow.
Yep, the correct answer is About Time.
Bill Nighy too. It's always
Yeah,
great.
Bill Nighy.
The science guy.
25.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's your game.
And that's our game. So we got to find out who won.
We have to find out. We don't know.
I will say that it was the best of teams. It was the worst of teams. It was definitely a tale of two different performances.
Thank you for
guys,
the correct reference.
You guys did not go backwards. The first one was intentional that I screwed up.
I know.
You guys made some points up there. You increased your score from 105 to 125. So not bad. But increasing their score with 5 more correct answers, going from 200 to a whopping 305 points. The best of teams. Yeah.
They're the cream of the crop.
Enough said. They are the cream of the crop.
Unjustifiably in a position I'd rather not be in. But the cream will rise to the top. Oh, yeah.
Thank you for saying the line,
the cream
Jeff.
of the crop, Jeff.
We have branding.
Anyways, let's.
I was getting there, guys. Let me do my shtick.
Let's go ahead and thank our guests and get the Dickens out of here. If you catch my meaning.
I do indeed.
So first of all, Tom, great game. Seemed like a lot of this was in your wheelhouse, but hope you had a great time. Any final words from you?
I really did have a great time. I think Neal and I just kind of stumbled into a series of questions that we could work off each other well. But yeah, it was great. I really appreciate you guys. You do an awesome job. And I look forward to every week to getting your crop drops or your regular shows. And I encourage everybody to support y'all. And because y'all deserve it. And y'all are wonderful.
Well, thanks so much. Glad we could finally get you on after all this time. And please come back again. And, of course, our regular guest, Caitlin. This is your 3rd or 4th time probably. Yeah. But thanks for coming on again with this great game.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me again. I'm happy to spend my birthday playing some trivia. So I do want to give a shout out, though, to my friend Megan, who is an avid listener to you guys. We actually bonded over that when we first met because I was like, she's like, have you ever heard of Triviality? And I'm like, yeah, I know those guys.
Hi, Megan.
Oh, wow.
Hello.
Megan, send us an email, Megan. We'll get you on the show.
Yeah, she would love that. But
Great.
thanks for having me again, guys.
Yeah, of course.
It was great.
Thanks for coming back. Thanks for hosting an excellent
I
game.
better give a shout out to my new wife also. My fellow Buffalo Bills fan, who I cannot apologize enough to. But
Yes, who will still be your wife when this episode airs, right?
Yeah.
I hope so. Okay.
go Lori.
Well, thank you both so much. We really appreciate having you both. And all I can say is that was Triviality on behalf of Ken, Matt, Neal, and myself.
That was Triviality.
No, I did it backwards. I'm out of it today.
So I, once again, don't have
we-
any fun
can we run
category
this?
titles or anything.
Run the whole thing back.
Let me run this back, please. This is not clean at all.
No.
I can't edit it.
Ken doesn't have the chops.
Oh,
I
wow.
have the chops to recognize when something's uneditable, at least.
The good news is we have an end clip that won't be in the episode.
All right.